the Official Gengar here, back for episode 3 of the X and Y Wi-Fi Battles series on the channel. And today I'm bringing the same team as yesterday, and I'm going against my opponent, Tris10. He is a very cool guy. You should go check out his YouTube, his Instagram, and all of his other links in the description below. Really cool guy. And let's get on with this battle. Now, I lead with my Excadrill as usual, as he leads with his Greninja, which is a very good prediction on his part, because I usually lead with my Excadrill. It's a very predictable lead as well, but here he is, my shiny, beautiful Excadrill here. I break the mold, of course, but I have to switch out. I cannot stay in against this Greninja. It is too risky, as I go into my Dusclops, who just takes hits like a monster. But Greninja goes for the Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, he misses the Hydro Pump, and then he goes for the U-turn on the following turn. And I go for the hello. Oh yeah, I go for the Nightshade here as he goes into his Porygon Z, which is very good for him because it's just a free switch basically. And then he goes for the Shadow Ball, which does a lot of damage to him. And I just go for the Will-O-Wisp, just so I can wither him down a little bit every turn. But I know he's not physical, but all Porygon Z's are special, but just to wither him down, like I said before. Now I go to my Azumarill, because Azumarill can just eat up hits, basically, because he's assault vested, like I mentioned in the last video. He also has leftovers, which I don't really understand. Is that usual thing? Please tell me in the comments below. But I go for the Focus Punch, which was a stupid move on my part. I don't even know why I have Focus Punch on this Azumarill, but I do. And it would have been super effective. Probably would have killed too, but you know, so much for that. Just a wasted turn of damage. And he goes for the conversion here, which he transformed into a ghost type, and I go for the waterfall. And it does not kill, but with the help of burn, it will kill in the end. So, good turn after a very crappy turn on my part. He gets another tri-attack off, as I go for the waterfall, as the burn almost kills 1 HP. But there goes that Porygon Z, pretty big threat off the field. And in comes the Manectric. I switch out, of course. I cannot stay in here. And I go into my Dusclops. I really thought about going into my Excadrill here, but then I decided, nah, it's too risky. He probably goes for the Flamethrower, but he actually goes for the Ice Fang, which, this is a physical Manectric, I guess. And it's not Mega either. I realized that before the battle, because he has a Charizard, I believe. And nobody runs regular Charizard. But there went the Flamethrower. So I guess he's a mixed Manectric. And I go for the Pain Split. He goes for the Thunder now, which this won't do too much damage at all. But he gets the Para, which I'm not that mad about. It didn't really matter at the end. I'm already slow as booty anyways. But I go for the Nightshade. Does 50 damage as usual. As he goes for the Protect, which I'm fine with. Just wasting an extra turn, I guess. So I switch out my Dusclops into my Excadrill here, predicting an electric type move. But he goes for the Flamethrower, sadly. But it still doesn't do nearly enough damage to take me out. Left at 70 HP. Now I go for the Earthquake and take out this Manectric. Another big threat off of his team. Gets a little leftovers recovery, which adds up over time. Excadrill is a very good Pokemon. Now he sends in his Rotom. I didn't know if the, well, I set up the Stealth Rocks here, but at this time I really was not sure if Mold Breaker still works. Like, if I activated Mold Breaker like I did and I use Earthquake now, if it'll hit Rotom. But I wasn't sure and I wasn't going to risk it, so I switched out into my Dusclops. If you know the answer to that question, please comment below telling me the answer, because it can come in handy. As he goes for the Hydro Pump here, he switches out his Rotom into his Greninja here. And I go for the Pain Split, which I was really happy about, because I was really hoping and praying there that it would go out into a different Pokemon, so I could get a Pain Split off on something at full health almost. But he goes for a Shadow Sneak here. Doesn't do very much damage, even though it is super effective. But I get paralyzed and can't move. Now he goes for another Shadow Sneak here. Again, it does. Oh, that did. I almost killed, but that was a critical hit. Life Orb ticks in there. And now I go for the Nightshade. Kills. Just barely. As he goes into his Togekiss here. Now, Togekiss with the flinch and para. But I avoid it, but I paralyze and cannot move, which is very unfortunate for me. As he goes for an Air Slash and kills off my Dusclops once again. Once again, this is his first time he's died. I'm all kinds of messed up today. Now in comes the Ambipom here. So I'll be able to fake out. This is going to do a good chunk of damage. Ambipom is powerful. So he flinches, of course, and now I go for the knockoff and we'll be able to almost kill him. But he has a Lumberry, which is very strange. I usually run King's Rock on mine, just for that extra flinch. As he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and that was a critical hit from a Togekiss that Ambipom just took right there. But I go for the double hit, as Ambipom dies to Life Orb damage, taking out the Togekiss in succession. Out comes my Crawdaunt, because he can just Dragon Dance up and do whatever he wants at this point, because I have my Focus Sash still intact. And in comes his Rotom. As he Volt switches out, it's going to bring me down to my Sash. He sends in his Charizard here. As I go for the Dragon Dance. He Mega Evolves, of course, because like I said earlier, I might have said it last episode, but nobody brings a regular Charizard anymore. It's just always Mega Charizard. Mostly Mega Charizard Y, but I still went for the Crab Hammer here, even though I knew he would probably be Y, and it still kills thanks to the crit. I'm not sure if that critical hit mattered, but oh well. Now I go for the knockoff here and kill off this Rotom, and that should be the game. Yep. Good battle, Tristan. I will leave all of your links and stuff in the description. But also, I have one more thing to talk about before we go. In the episode 1 that I had, the first upload on the channel, I did not see that the Garchomp was holding a Life Orb. And that critical hit may have mattered, killing off my Medicham, because I damage calced it up after I reviewed the video over again in my head, and saw that it was a Life Orb, and it was something like 97 to 110% without the crit, holding a Life Orb from the Garchomp. I bet it really didn't matter, but still, I just wanted to cover that so nobody got really mad at me or anything. But I am the official Gengar here. Please like and subscribe. and I will see you guys next video.